Welcome, everyone. I'm super excited to welcome you here and welcome Sienna Benjamin. She's the happy owner of Lucid Aesthetics. I became aware of her from social media. She makes a fantastic skin oil, but she does so much more than that. Please help me welcome her. I'm going to bring her in right now. Hi, Sienna.
Hey, how are you?
I am absolutely stoked to have you here.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So, can you tell us firsthand, what do you do? What is your company?
Well, I'm Sienna. I am the face, the body, the everything of Lucid Aesthetics. What I do is I'm a medical esthetician, and my job is to help lots of people find their own ways to have, accessibility in finding skincare routines, information about how to help their skin. I host $20 virtual face consultations. So it's great within the time now, especially. And pretty much right now, I'm actually, on my way to booming my business with my Lucid Oil. It's my Lucid Skin Oil, and it's my first product that I've launched. And so that's my new baby, and I'm excited to have it in everyone's hands.
I'm so excited for you. I know when we were talking, you were like, I've done shipment overseas. Like, it's going crazy. Tell me
Yes,
about
I'm so
that.
excited. Yeah, so it all kind of started as like a joke, really. I wanted to make a body oil, and I was just asking a couple of friends, like, hey, what scent do you prefer? Do you want, I don't know, what do you think smells better? Vanilla bean or, like a warm vanilla? What do you think? And as I'm asking them these questions, they're kind of just like, okay, but what is this for? Because I never explained to them what I wanted this smell for. I just said, hey, what do you think is what smells best? And eventually I was just like, yeah, I'm thinking of starting, to make myself a body oil, because I was tired of buying them from other people. And a lot of the times it's not as hydrating as I need it since I'm so dry skinned. So eventually they're like, okay, well, when can I buy one? And I was like, oh, it's just for me. And they're like, oh. And so I was like, okay, I guess there might be someone who might want this eventually.
Yes.
And so just to kind of like have a real starting point, I figured I would focus on the face, and then I could always venture out and do something extra along the lines.
That's fabulous. So, can we actually talk about your baby? What is
Yes, of
it? What goes
course.
into it? Who should have it? Like, tell me everything.
All right. So with my Lucid Skin Oil, the way that I formulated it was that it would be all oils that are on the lowest point of the comedogenic scale. So with that being said, anyone who has, a lot of problems with oil production, acne, if they're sensitive skinned, they're able to use it on any part of the body, the hair, the face, the body. You could even put it on your scalp, really doesn't matter. And you wouldn't have any much of an issue with potentially breaking out. So I wanted to make sure that the first thing that I launched was going to be something that was able to help the masses. We could work on things that are very specific and very like minute after the fact, but I just kind of wanted something that would be available for everyone in all ages, especially for, minors.
Thank you so much for coming out with something like this.
Thank
Um,
you.
you're very, very welcome. Can you tell me? Obviously, you're very passionate about it. It stems from something that you required. Why
Yes.
did you open up this business?
Okay, so essentially the reason why I opened up my business was because there was a lack of knowledge in general. So for me as a consumer, I found that it was pretty hard to find one, Black women within the aesthetics industry, and two, aesthetics in general. I had no idea what it was before I went to college. So, when you go into your spa, you just kind of see people working there and you assume that they just get hired and they learn. You don't really assume that they've gone to school, they went to university, went to college, they went to whichever place to learn their information before actually becoming licensed estheticians. So with that being said, working in the spa industry, I found it a little bit hard to find people who were like-minded like myself and specialized in melanated skin. So I thought it was very beneficial to find a way to market myself, where it can go by word of mouth. One person meets me, another person meets me through that person, and a chain reaction continues. And so by making yourself personable and, easy to talk to and things like that, I find that it's easier to find your clients that way through honest conversations and transparency, because there's a lot of transparency that is lost, I find, when you go to your dermatologist, or you're going to your regular doctor. Sometimes they don't necessarily know what you're even talking about. You'll show them something on your skin and they're like, oh, I don't know, let's give you an antibiotic, or let's give
Right.
you hydrocortisone cream, and they'll just, throw whatever on you as fast as possible.
Right. Yep, that's very true. They don't really want to kind of admit as well that they're not sure. So they're like, I don't
Yeah,
know, try this antibiotic, should take care of it, you'll be fine.
exactly. And so I would prefer to tell my clients, hey, I have no clue. Give me a few days. I'm going to go look into it, and then we can kind of work from there, rather than me just being like, yeah, I don't know, throw this on. So at least with that being said, I think it makes it a lot easier, and it makes it more comfortable for your client to come to you, and be honest about not knowing what's going on with their skin. And some people, they're nervous. Some people, they're embarrassed by what's going on with their skin, but it's beyond normal. So reassurance is also huge too, in that sense.
And especially experiencing it, I would much rather someone be like, I'm not really sure, because I'm not either. How am I supposed to have someone be sure of what's going on with me when I have no clue what's going on with me?
Exactly.
Then just kind of have someone be like, yeah, here you go. Take all this product. It's going to cost you X, Y, and Z. And it doesn't end up working regardless.
At all.
At all. Been there, unfortunately. But.
And I've had that happen. I've had a couple clients come up to me, and as they're walking up, I'm like, okay, something's happening. They're going to ask me what's going on their face. And you name it, they've gotten thrown random acids, they've gotten thrown random medication. And then now it's become my job to fix that problem plus the original problem. So we gotta just, be transparent with our clients and be able to have conversations about not knowing all the answers. That's what makes it the easiest for me.
Yeah, I love, love, love that. Because to be fair, I went between actual tools and devices, whether it be like lights or
Yes.
microderm machines or
Yes.
microderm products, or no, your skin's actually too dry. You need to do oils, you need moisturizer,
Yeah.
you need serums, and I'm just doing all of it. Only to figure out in the end, really came down to hormonal, and I needed
Yeah.
none of those products. So it's really good to have someone there like you. Thanks.
Yeah. It's a huge trial and error process.
Massive. So, with that said, super passionate about this. I understand why you started. Can you educate us where to actually find your product?
Yes. Okay. So on Instagram, you can find me there at Lucid Aesthetics. With that being said, if you want to actually contact me, you can contact me in more than one way. So I do have my email, which is lucidaesthetics@outlook.com. Or you can DM me. I normally check my DMs every single day. I try my best to maintain them and get through everyone within the first 24 hours. But to order my products, you can actually grab your LSO on lucidaesthetics.ca. And so right now it's in a quote unquote pre-order phase. Everything is made in a small batch, so that when you actually go through and you put your order in, you and the few people who are around your order will actually be in your own specific batch, so that everything is not pre-made. Nothing is going to be spoiling on you. Since everything is organic, I want to be able to make sure that everything is very specifically made. Even though we do have some people who have allergies to some of the products that are in the oil, I am opening a way to alter the actual formula. So we have some people who are allergic to, let's say, almonds. I will make you a specific version that is almond free with the extra added ingredients that'll help you more.
I love that. So, if I'm understanding you correctly, due to the fact that this product is organic,
Yes.
when you order it, there's going to be other people around you that have ordered as well, and you guys get put in a little batch, because at the end of the day, you don't want the product sitting there, sort of. So
Exactly.
everything's
So it's
fresh.
never sitting there.
I love that.
Yeah. So there will be a odd occasion where I'll make like 2 or 3 extra. Those are usually for pickup if someone wants to pick up in Mississauga. But other than that, normally, especially when they're being shipped out, I will have them pre-made the day of the actual order and then shipped out the next day usually.
That's fantastic. Can we talk about how often or what the regimen should be when we're using your
Yes. Yes, perfect. Okay. So depending on the person, I like to generalize a simplistic routine as a 3-step routine. That's the most simplistic I can put it. It'd be a cleanser, an exfoliant, and a moisturizer. So if the person has just those 3 steps going on, your LSO, your Lucid Skin Oil, would be the very last step to hold in the moisture outside of what's going on underneath the skin. So you would cleanse the skin as per usual, use your exfoliator of choice. If you tone, you can tone. If you use an essence, you can essence. But then you would use your serum if you have extra steps, your moisturizer, and your oil will lock everything in.
Interesting. So it's like a sink-in method.
Exactly. Most people, I won't lie, they do use the LSO by itself. That's for the more simplistic clientele or where they're using the product. But I would personally prefer if the person would use it as a finishing gloss, just to make sure that everything is being held in properly. Your hydration is being held in, especially during the cold climates now. And at least that way, you get that nice sheen across the skin. It has some time to sink itself in. And since the formula is so light, it doesn't feel like a mask on the face, which is great.
Interesting. Okay. Is there anything that people don't know about your company or product or you that they should know?
Yes. So especially during COVID right now, one thing that I had to actually let everyone know is that all bottles and all products are triple sterilized, they're boiled, they're heat dried as well. So the amount of cleanliness that is going into this is crucial, but especially during these times. And another thing is, me personally, I make everything by myself. So I'm the one head person in this actual process. So I make the oils myself, I market the oils myself, I run the Instagram myself, I ship it myself, and you name it, I do it.
Wow. This is why I love other entrepreneurs. It's crazy to
Yes.
hear what we all go through on a day-to-day basis. I think the masses in the public only see like the finished product, great, this oil.
Yeah.
But like the background of what goes into actually running this business
Yeah.
is wild.
It is, and it's time consuming.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My very last question for you, even though we could be here all day talking about this, can you tell me about your virtual consultations?
Yes. Okay. So the way that my consultations work is that I send you a big, long, strenuous sheet. Now I'm joking. It's quite short. It's a sheet that'll just tell me what you're looking for, why you're coming to me, what are your main concerns, and how I can help you. If you have any contraindications or any allergies, those are things that I'll be asking as well. And I go through it, I read it through. You will either send me photos of your skin, or we can do an actual virtual conversation like this, which I prefer because it's more personable. And so with that being said, I go through everything. I look at your skin. You tell me what you want, what you need, and I personalize a whole routine for you. So if you already have a routine and you want a couple of things and they're still in there, I will tell you what you're missing, what needs to be added, and what definitely needs to be removed. Because sometimes I'll find that people will show me their routine, and there's a few things in there that are probably doing way more damage than good. So this gives the opportunity to read the room. This gives the opportunity to read the room and, find something that's going to make your skin sparkle, make your skin shine. And I love doing these because normally 9 times out of 10, they always will come back and show me their before and afters, and it's amazing. So it's only $20, which is great. It's very affordable for those people who, want to find something on a budget. And I always work within the client's budget for their routine as well. Some of the lowest routines being at $50 for their whole routine.
That is so good to know. Such a good idea.
Thank
And
you.
perfect in COVID.
Yes, especially in COVID. It's funny because I was doing this before COVID even finally hit down and took a hit on everyone. And so when COVID was really at its highest peak, I mean, still quite at this peak now, a lot of people were like, when did you start this? And I was like, oh, last year. So it's nice to know that it transferred over seamlessly, and I never really had to, alter what I was doing because it was already perfectly there.
Good for you. You're doing such an amazing job with your business. If you guys are looking for her product, I'm going to have all of her information just right here for you. Please
Yes.
always like, comment, and share. Most importantly, support local and go see her site. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.